All right, Mary Beth, we've got something brand new from Rastelli's, the biggest food brand here at the Q, Rastelli Family Foods. And what we're offering is really family size when it comes to the amount of food that you're getting. And as we're thinking about the Easter holidays or thinking about any big family events or parties you have, you're looking at a total of 5 pounds of delicious meatballs and 12 6-ounce lasagna roll-ups. Now, of course, you can do them the way we've done them. Serve the roll-up with a meatball, or it could be 2 separate meals, however you want to do it. But what we're talking about is a lot of good food from Rastelli's, known for their meats and the delicious cuts of steak and chicken. Chris Mentzer is one of the chefs that has been working with Ray Rastelli for some 20 years, maybe familiar to you, does some of the on-air appearances when Ray can't be here. But what you brought to us today, man, this is like the ultimate in truly the Italian meal, and in a big way. So this is what 5 pounds of meatballs looks like with the sauce. This is what you'll have a choice of in terms of flavors with your lasagna roll-ups. You can choose the cheese or the spinach Florentine. So it's basically cheese with the additional spinach in there. And what you get is 2 of these with your order of the delicious meatballs. So you get 6 of the roll-ups. I should say 12 of the roll-ups, and you get that 5 pounds of meatballs and sauce. So talk to us, first of all, about this dynamic duo. What a great combination.
It really is. I mean, it's unbelievable to get all of this today in one combo deal, because it's not something we usually offer.
Right.
And the one thing I want to start with is the meatballs.
Okay.
This is a family recipe. This has been in the Rastelli family for 4 generations now. Gran started this 40 years ago and has passed this down. And what we do, it's an Italian meatball. And why I say that is because we use 3 types of meats for the meatball, right?
Okay.
We use beef for the texture, pork for the flavor, and veal for that tenderness. This is a plastic fork. I am going into this like this. It just falls right out. With a regular meatball, have you ever had those meatballs you have to cut with a steak knife?
Yeah.
Very frustrating, right?
Yeah.
Because it's all beef.
He gives me a little piece.
Oh, boy.
Let me show you how Ray does it when Ray's here. He gives me the whole meatball.
Oh, and that's you go, okay. Oh, God.
And then I take my fork, Chris, and I can eat as much as I want. Thank you. No, you're so funny.
I do like that.
So here's the deal. Let me just say and interrupt you for 2 seconds. The Florentine roll-up offer with the 5 pounds of meatballs, we have 75 remaining, and there's no reorder on this. So this was a special holiday edition of meatballs and roll-ups. We will not have any more after this sells out, and there is no auto delivery. I'm sorry. Okay, so that was meatball.
No, and the meatball, it's slow cooked in the gravy for 6 hours. I mean, it has the onions, the basil, the seasoning, all those wonderful things you expect to find in a really good Italian meatball.
That's got a lot of flavor.
And it melts in your mouth. It absolutely melts in your mouth. As
Really
you can see, it just falls right apart. And that's what we love about these meatballs. And everything we use, like Rastelli's does, it's all beef, pork, and veal. There's no trim. There's no trim in this. It's all muscle meat. So
it's the trinity of meats. And then,
really
of course, the roll-up. So you want to do the classic cheese first?
So the classic cheese roll-up, again, this is homemade. I'm going to cut this in half.
Okay.
Because this is 1 serving, right? I want to show you how big 1 serving is. Look at that. So you're getting 3 ounces.
Thank you.
Okay, with the 2-ounce meatball. These meatballs come 5 to a pack. They're 2 ounces each, right? And it's loaded with 6 ounces of our homemade gravy.
Wow. Half of this with 1 of these meatballs is a meal. Look how much cheese is in that. And what were the cheeses in this?
So this has, I'm gonna be careful so the Italians don't get me.
Okay.
Like Ray.
Okay.
It has ricotta or ricotta. If you're here, right? Ricotta or ricotta. It also has Romano cheese. It has spices, herbs, fresh parsley. And it's just absolutely beautiful. Look at that. It is just, it is soft and delicate. And the noodles are homemade with semolina flour. Okay. And why is that important? Semolina flour is nutty. It it has a nutty sweet flavor.
It holds the sauce, but it's not hard to chew, and there's no hard ends. That's the good thing about a roll-up, is you don't have to worry about the crusty part of the piece that sticks out when you're baking it.
And it has a little bite to it.
Let me talk to this, the way that this comes to you. So first of all, you're getting 5 pounds of the meatballs, and they're already sauced. If you want to add more sauce, you can. And then this is the way the roll-ups come. When I get these home, what's the best way to prepare them?
So the roll-ups, which is great, can be cooked right from frozen.
Okay.
Okay, so if you're in a rush, you're in a pinch, you put them right in, put the gravy on them on the bottom and on the top of the pan, 40 minutes covered. They come out perfect.
And this is what the offer looks like. So you get 5 bags of the meatballs. That's a pound per bag. So if on a given night it's just me and James and we just want 1 pack of meatballs, that's going to give us about a pound of meatballs. And then you get 2 trays of the roll-up. So it's 12 total. And these are really good size roll-ups. I mean, when you look at a serving size here, we've got 12 of them. 1 meatball with one of these roll-ups is really enough for a full meal. If you want to add a salad or something like that, you certainly can. Mary Beth, come on out.
And the Florentine, which I love, is it has sauteed spinach.
The,
So
the Florentine is actually sold out, so that's gone.
wow.
Sorry.
It's just unbelievable.
So we're just talking cheese.
So the cheese one is absolutely delicious.
Yes, I would love to
Try that one.
Only
And
500
I'm not
of
making
the
this mistake again.
cheese.
I'm not making
Don't
it
make
again.
that mistake.
I'm
Give
not
us a whole
making it. Give me
meatball,
a
and then
whole
we need a
meatball.
fork too.
I'm not making a
Kristen,
mistake.
Fork
sorry.
over there
Right
anywhere.
there.
Thank you so much. I
Perfect.
appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Yeah, and again, these are the things that make these meatballs so special. Obviously, is the blend of meat, but it's also the simmering for 6 hours. We cook that gravy for 6 hours.
Wow.
And then on top of that, we put the meatballs in for an additional 6 hours, low and slow.
Wow.
And it absorbs all that flavor because these meatballs are hand rolled. They're literally.
I'm a huge fan of the meatballs from Rastelli's and also from this sauce too.
Right.
Both very good.
I'm looking at this and thinking, one of these meatballs, or 2, can you imagine if you cut them in half, what kind of meatball sandwich you could make?
Oh my goodness.
So I'm looking at this as 2 completely different meals. 5 pounds of meatballs.
Yeah.
With meatballs of this size, everyone can have their own meatball. I mean, that is like an entree almost by itself. So
Meatballs,
we're
sliders.
talking
I mean,
about
there's so many things
we're
to do with
talking
it.
about the holidays and getting ready for Easter. Well, this is guaranteed to get there before Easter if you place your order for it today. We only have about 400 remaining, and that is in the cheese choice only. So you get the 5 pounds of meatballs and the 12 of the cheese lobster lasagna roll-ups. That's your only choice, and there's no reorder when they're gone. That's it. So continue in the process. They are so good. Thank you.
Very, very
It was
good.
nice working with you. Now that we have an understanding
Yes,
that I
we
get
do.
the
I
whole
got it.
meatball,
Whole meatball.
and I break it up myself.
I got it.